Shwmae pawb. Hello everybody. Welcome to my Wild Welsh Garden. Well, it's really, really cold here today. We've had a few days of very cold weather. Where are we? Friday. Yes, it snowed on Tuesday, snowed on Wednesday. Didn't lie, not for very long, and there wasn't very much, but it was pretty cold. Then yesterday it didn't snow, and it was a lovely, lovely day, but very cold. So I went out for a walk, and then again the same today. And do you know, I'm just desperate to get out and do some work in the garden, but it's just too cold for me. But there's one thing that I have done. So I've braved the cold. First of all, to test out some posh new a posh new radio mic that I've bought. See if this is an improvement. Maybe you can tell me in the comments. And also just to show you something that I have done. So it's only about 2:30, I think, in the afternoon, and already the sun's gone from the garden almost. But just going up here into the secret garden, and this is where I keep my seeds, my seed trays of the wildflower seeds that I've collected and sown. And I showed you in the last video that a bird had been pecking around in them, and some of you suggested quite rightly that I could try covering them and protecting them. And to be fair, I usually do, but it's usually like this year, sort of after the event when it's too late. So yeah, I've covered them over with these grills. And I think you can see there that there's still ice on them because it's kind of in the shelter of the trellis and it doesn't get very much sun here in the winter. And if these seeds are the sort that need a period of cold or a cold snap to enable them to germinate, then this should work, shouldn't it? This cold snap should trigger their germination, and I'll have some nice little seedlings to look forward to, because I'm sure the bird didn't get them all. And I've also put some protection over the crocus pots as well, because a pesky bird had been pecking about in there. These are actually old supermarket baskets that I'm sure were on our allotment, you know, when we moved onto it, 36, 37 years ago now. So they're pretty vintage, but they certainly do the job and keep the birds off the bulbs. These cold days when the water freezes can be a problem for birds because they can't get a drink and they can't have a bathe. I've not broken the ice on the pond because that kind of insulates the water underneath and keeps the creatures that are living there snug. But I have broken the ice on the bird bath, and then the birds can get here to drink and also to bathe. And bathing is really important in the winter in order to keep their feathers in good condition, which of course helps them to survive the winter. And of course, when the ground is frozen, the birds struggle to find food as well. This handsome male blackbird is eating sultanas. Every morning I throw a couple of handfuls of sultanas onto the lawn, and the blackbirds come for them. They disappear over the summer, I don't see any, and then they start coming back early autumn and gradually increase in numbers. I think they start with the resident birds, and then some migratory birds, winter visitors, come in from northern Europe. And now he's been joined by some starlings. You know, there was such a lot of starlings on the lawn this morning, and then they just disappeared, and I wondered where on earth they'd gone and what was going on. And then I saw there was a sparrowhawk perched on the trellis. Yeah, they're so quick, sparrowhawks. I very rarely see them. I don't see them come and I don't see them go. I just hear the sort of kerfuffle that's left behind by all the birds that are upset. But this morning he didn't catch a bird, and I think he was so shocked he had to sort of sit on the trellis for a few minutes and recover. And then I feed all the little birds on the bird table just outside the back door. I can see it from the window in my kitchen. If I sit at the breakfast bar, I can just sit and watch the birds. And yes, I have to admit, I do spend a lot of time just sitting watching the birds, sitting at the breakfast bar in my kitchen. And all the other birds that just appear in the winter are coming back into the garden as well. The wagtails have come back, the pied wagtail and the grey wagtail, but I'm afraid they didn't turn up for the video. And then the starlings turned up again, obviously deciding to practice for the competition to see how many starlings can they fit onto one bird table. And then look what I saw on one of the last of the little roses. It's a bumblebee, 22nd of November, and a bumblebee. And of course today it's absolutely pouring with rain. Yes, Storm Bert has arrived. So it's the second named storm of the season. High winds and heavy rain forecast for today and tomorrow. Well, the heavy rain has certainly arrived. Not the high winds yet, but we'll see. But either way, it doesn't look like I'm going to get anything done in the garden this weekend either. So yeah, I'm feeling kind of a bit fed up really. But one thing I am going to do, for those of you who watched my previous video about my walk along the river, is I'm going to brave the weather and go and check the manhole. Yeah, it's not something I would have done previously. I probably wouldn't have gone out in the rain anyway. And I certainly wouldn't have walked along that bit of the river for obvious reasons. But yeah, now I feel like I've got kind of responsibility for it. And I said that I'll monitor it and let Dŵr Cymru know. I need to check whether, let me get it right, whether the surcharging manhole is suffering from hydraulic overload. Yeah, it does make me laugh, the jargon involved in these things. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. Well, that was a bit of an adventure. Yes, the lovely, peaceful, quiet, benign river that I showed you the other day that I walked along has suddenly become a raging river of death. Yes, I don't think my daughter would fancy wild swimming in that this weekend. And the manhole was certainly surcharging. Yes, definitely suffering from hydraulic overload, I would say. So yes, I've taken photographs and I'll send them off to the chap at Dŵr Cymru and fill in another form on the Dŵr Cymru website, and hopefully it'll give them more of an idea of what's going wrong and they'll be able to put it right. So it just remains for me to thank you again for visiting me in my Wild Welsh Garden. I do love having your company. I love hearing, you know, about your gardens and reading your comments, and so please keep it up. I've actually had a little message from YouTube with a smiley face to say I have a new achievement of 10,000 watch hours or something. I've said before that I don't understand how YouTube works at all, and I don't often take much notice of the kind of things that they send me, little notes and updates and things. But yeah, it sounds quite good. They say I found my groove and people love watching my videos. So yeah, so thank you all you people that have watched my videos so regularly and been so supportive and positive about what I'm doing. Yes, I did say at the beginning of the autumn that I wasn't going to post quite so often over the winter, and well, that hasn't happened so far, has it? I've found plenty of things to post about. So I think I'm just going to keep making videos, and as long as people watch them and enjoy them, then that's what it's all about. And if I can encourage and maybe inspire some people to change the way that they garden and garden in a wilder way that's better for wildlife, then, you know, that's what it's all about. That's why I started the channel in the first place. So please let me know in the comments if there's anything that you don't like or you'd like to see less of, and if there's anything that you'd like to see more of in these videos, and you know, I'll try and accommodate you. But yeah, so thanks again, and please like and subscribe, because I think that also kind of helps to get the videos out there to more people. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.